Ideal premium prime. Racial profile.
The 15-year fixed mortgage rate's flat at 6%. Jason Brooks, KCBS.
At Fremont Bank, we know home mortgage rates can vary from lender to lender. Some offer no closing cost loans, some have points and fees options, but here, we offer both. We have a range of offers for you to choose from, plus perks that add value to help make your home buying or refinancing process as quick and easy as possible. With our local team of experts who know the Bay Area market up and down, your mortgage process just got a whole lot better. Learn more at fremontbank.com. NMLS 478471, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
What do you have for us today, Charlotte?
Charlotte is the little sister of the Tooth Fairy. Charlotte is the Junk Fairy.
If you have stuff in your shed that you haven't used in the past 12 months,
Yes?
you're not storing stuff, you've got junk.
Turn your overstuffed storage shed into a shed that you can use again.
Give yourself some space in there to maneuver.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
And if you have a garden gnome who is ready to retire,
We'll take that garden gnome to Gnome Island.
where they can just lay around and eat snacks and tell jokes all day.
You can always count on 1-800-GOT-JUNK to go the extra mile.
And we do it with a happy smile.
See all the retired garden gnomes at GardenGnomeIsland.com.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Here in California, people from every nation add to our rich heritage of culture and traditions. The legal team at Habits Law speaks 9 different languages. Our personal injury lawyers are exceptional. Our paralegals, legal assistants, and case managers are exceptional. And they work hard because every one of them cares deeply about what you are going through. They want to make sure you are going to be happy in the future. Something bad happened to you, you feel stress, you feel anxiety, you're not sleeping well, there are problems in the family, you have a lot of uncertainty. We know what you're feeling. When something bad has happened to you, you need help, financial help, and we're here to make sure you get that help. We cover all the expenses. Our only compensation is a percentage of what we win for you. We are Habits Law. Call us at 1-800-INJURE. I'm Omar, and I want to be your advocate. Visit habitslaw.com. HABBAS law.com.
We're headed back to your local Honda dealer's traffic center for a last update on your drive this hour from Kim Wonderly. And it's pretty calm overall, but just getting word of a possible stall here. This is as you head to the Caldecott Tunnel, actually in the far right bore, westbound 24. Looks like broke down in the slow lane, so careful there as you enter that far right bore. If you have a choice, don't choose that one, but if you are coming through that far is blocked right now. Looks like the Bay Bridge, hardly any wait left at the toll plaza. They sped up the metering lights though, and that has created a little bit of slow traffic the tunnel, and then certainly approaching Fremont Street, and I do see kind of a slow band that continues across the westbound 80 Skyway out to the 101 merge. Once you're on southbound 101 through the city though, everything's at the speed limit. So is north 101. Even at Cesar Chavez, traffic is rolling really well. Victor's back where he should be at 10:08 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mostly sunny skies expected throughout the afternoon today. Highs to 70s by the bay and into the 80s inland. Tomorrow will look mostly sunny once again, maybe a little bit cooler, a little foggier at the beaches. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. Monday, September 26, 2022, coming up.
This is Matt Bigler at the Wood Street encampment in Oakland, where Phase 2 of Caltrans cleanup is underway, and homeless activists say they plan to resist.
I'm Jeffrey. Gavin Newsom says yet again he's not running for president. And how come some people don't believe it?
And Edward Snowden has been granted citizenship in Russia. CBS News covers the world next.
When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station.
10 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
This is not a drill.
Be prepared for anything.
A warning from Hillsborough County, Florida. Emergency Management Director Tim Dudley as Hurricane Ian picks up steam and sets its sights on the west coast of Florida. It could make landfall as a Category 4 system as early as Wednesday. Evacuations are already underway. Hillsborough Sheriff Chad Cronister.
Please, what we want you to do is focus. Be prepared. What does that mean? That means have basic essentials, whether it's your medications, water, food, batteries, flashlights, a plan in place for your pets, cash on hand. If we lose electric, there might not be access to that ATM or credit card machine.
A Category 1 Hurricane Ian is approaching the Cayman Islands with top winds of 80 miles an hour. It's expected to slam into Cuba tonight. Vladimir Putin's just announced he's granted Russian citizenship to Edward Snowden. Cammy McCormick reports. He's a former U.S. security contractor who's been living in Russia since 2013 to escape prosecution by the U.S. He was charged with leaking classified documents detailing U.S. government surveillance programs. U.S. authorities years sought to have him returned to this country to face espionage charges. Italy is in line to get its first woman prime minister. Giorgia Meloni would lead the country's first far-right government since World War II.
Si possa dire che dagli italiani. In a speech with vote counted from 2/3 of polling stations, she declared, if we are called to this nation, we will do it for everyone. We will do it for all Italians, and we will do it with the aim of uniting the people of Italy. Sabina Castelfranco, CBS News, Rome.
NASA is hoping to crash a spacecraft into a small asteroid tonight in the name of protecting the Earth. CBS News space analyst Bill Harwood.
It's a very change, but it's a proof of concept. They want to prove that you have the ability to deflect an asteroid if they ever spot one heading toward Earth on a collision course.
The DART is set to crash into Dimorphos, the moon of a larger space rock, at 7:14 Eastern tonight. Pack a meal if you're flying into or out of Northern California. CBS's Matt Piper explains.
After 9 months of failed negotiations, fast food workers at San Francisco International Airport began striking. A statement reads that travelers should plan to bring their own food, as workers working at virtually every food and beverage outlet in the airport. The workers' union says it's $17 an hour. Looking for a new contract.
British pound hits a new low. Dow down 212. This is CBS News.
You need to hire? Indeed is with you every step of the way, helping you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
10:03 at the Bay Area's news station. KCBS going to shake off this overcast and fog, and then warmer than usual temperatures today. Highs in the 80s. It's going to cool off, though, tomorrow. Good morning. I'm Holly Kwon. Here's what's happening. Caltrans is beginning phase 2 of its ongoing cleanup of the massive Wood Street encampment under 880 in Oakland. KCBS's Matt Bigler joins us live from the scene where homeless advocates are planning to resist this new phase of operation. Matt?
So, Holly, dozens of Caltrans workers are slowly moving their way south, under 80, bagging garbage and removing wrecked vehicles. As you mentioned, a group of homeless activists is planning to resist. They have a perimeter around the Cobb on Wood homes. Those are these earth and pallet houses. All this as the CHP moves people back from this area. Is one of them.
And it terrifies.
Miranda has been here since March and has mixed feelings about this encampment.
It's really, really terrible that they're taking everybody off and not providing anything for them. But it's also really terrible that they left everybody here in the first place and wasn't providing anything for anyone.
Now, some of these folks have been connected with temporary shelter. Others are ending up on surrounding streets and neighborhoods. Live along Wood Street in Oakland, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Thanks, Matt. The state is cracking down on unscrupulous recyclers who buy stolen catalytic converters. The governor signed a bill that requires a whole lot of paperwork to show that the people selling parts actually own the parts, or at least know where they came from. Last year, Californians had to replace over 18,000 catalytic converters stolen out of cars. 1,300 in 2018. Now the governor signed a bill requiring better record keeping for dealers.
Get to the root cause, at least one of the root causes of this crime, and that's those brokers and those who pay top dollar for stolen parts. It will now be illegal in California to buy catalytic converters from anyone other than licensed auto dismantlers or dealers. The people who buy and sell these parts now have to keep detailed records, so we can better trace theft to occur.
Now, replacing those parts can cost thousands. The most targeted vehicles seem to be Ford F-Series trucks, Honda Accords, and the Toyota Prius. Not making it off the governor's desk, though, was a bill that would have made kindergarten mandatory. They're saying it would have cost too much. Expect a flurry of activity out of Sacramento this week, as the governor has until Friday to decide on bills passed in the legislature. Despite widespread speculation that Gavin Newsom is running a kind of stealth campaign for president in 2024, criticizing Republican governors and taking on his own party, the governor says again this weekend he is not going to run. KCBS's Jeffrey Schaub reports, however, even Newsom says you can't always trust politicians.
At the Texas Tribune Festival in Austin, a politics and policy event, the governor was asked, "Are you going to run?" His answer, no and no.
I mean, I cannot say it enough. But thank you. It's humbling. It is sweet. It's a nice thing to be asked. I mean it, and I never trust politicians, so why do you keep asking? I don't. When they say this, you always roll your eyes, and invariably they end up doing the opposite. So I get it. I get the cynicism.
Despite that, the California governor continues to chastise the Republican governors of Texas and Florida, calling that state's leader, Ron DeSantis, a bully. Republican consultant Mike Madrid says it's hard not to be a cynic when it comes to Newsom's denial.
There is no other explanation for what he is doing. No reason on the earth why a California governor in the middle of granted it's not a very strong contested race, but is visiting Texas and running ads in Florida and Texas would be doing this.
But bear in mind, CBS's 60 Minutes, President Biden said he had not yet made up his mind about 2024. Jeffrey Schaub, KCBS.
47 deputies with the Alameda County Sheriff's Department have been relieved of their duties because of unsatisfactory results on psychological exams dating back to 2016. According to a letter obtained by KTV, roughly 10% of the force will be stripped of law enforcement duties, like being able to arrest people or fire a weapon, but they will retain pay and benefits. The Sheriff's Office will be offering another psych exam to allow deputies to return to full-time duty status. Just ahead on KCBS, why it may be tough to get a latte at SFO today. 10:08 at KCBS. Back to the midday traffic. Eric Osa, he starts off taking us to Berkeley.
Hello, Holly. Good to be back in very light traffic this Monday morning, so that's a good thing, especially if you're traveling through Berkeley on 80 westbound. Just after University Avenue, your normal stop-and-go traffic there. A little bit of brake tap and nothing major. Once you pass Powell Street, it's a pretty smooth ride to the 880, 580 interchange. Now, if you continue on 80 westbound, headed to the toll plaza of the Bay Bridge, metering lights are still on, so you're still a little sluggish there. Once you get past that, you'll see the brake lights once again as you approach Yerba Buena. You're definitely under the speed limit. All the way to downtown San Francisco doesn't really ease up until you get onto Highway 101, merge on southbound 101. After that, it's a very smooth ride. All the way to SFO. Now, if you leave San Francisco on the lower deck, that'll be eastbound 80. That is a very smooth ride from San Francisco to Oakland. Quick look at the Golden Gate Bridge. That also looks very light traveled at the moment. Really good in both directions, north and southbound between San Francisco and South Toledo. And just look out for the cones on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, especially in the eastbound between San Quentin and Richmond. On the lower deck, you will have the right lane that's blocked off to about 2 o'clock with some cones. But at the moment, I'm looking at the InstaView cameras, and traffic is moving very, very smoothly. Your next traffic update at 10:18 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
A little cloudy at the Golden Gate Bridge and overcast over most of the bay. Partly cloudy to sunny this morning along the coast with highs of the 60s. Around the bay, mid to high 80s inland. Cloudy tonight, and that might stick around tomorrow morning, burning off to highs in the 60s and 70s around the bay, high 80s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s and All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
A COVID-19 booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you're eligible. Sponsored and BioNTech, and paid for by the Sentinel Group.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone that has been diagnosed with cancer after using such products as Johnson & Johnson baby powder and shower to shower. Recent media studies have shown that use of talcum powder can cause ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed